Hello friends, I thought I was done for today, but I'm not. I am going to make Dave and I some turkey burgers for lunch, and I wanted to show you this recipe that I've been doing the last few times because it's so good. I've mentioned her on my page. She is Brittany Williams, Instant Loss. She's grain-free and dairy-free, and this recipe is really hers, not mine. Brittany Williams has 4 cookbooks. I own them all. Some of them go on sale for like $4 and change. This recipe I've made, this is the 4th time. Super healthy. We're having for lunch turkey, ground turkey. This one is 99%, so it's kind of I'm not sure that's the one she calls for it. I think she might call for the one that has a little more fat, but I'm gonna do it the way I have it because that's what I have in the house. This just became my garbage bowl. Bear with me. So yes, I am going to make turkey burgers 2 ways. Her way is with spinach in it. Dave's way is not. So I'm going to try to follow the recipe. This stresses me out. 1 pound of turkey, 1 egg. That's what's in there right now. 1/2 cup of oats. Yep, you heard me. So that is 1/3. We're going to assume that just made it 1/2. I follow a recipe the way I follow a recipe. Okay, 1/2 cup of green onions. So those he likes. So I'm going to put those in. And I have 3 scallions here, so that's what's going in. Let me just take my glasses off. I'm looking down. So like I told you 100 times, seeing you, I need the glasses. Seeing my onions, I don't. It's more of a reading issue for me. Seeing the cookbook, I do. I'm going to call this 1/2 cup of scallions. Scallions or green onions, what do you call them? We always called them scallions growing up. Well, I just went scallion on the floor. So after that comes 1 tablespoon, and believe it or not, guys, I actually brought out the measuring, but I'm not going to do what she said on the next thing. 1 tablespoon of minced onions. They give it a lot of flavor. Okay. She has a teaspoon of sea salt. You know me with salt. I don't know that I did this the last time, but I'm going to try it. I'm going to do 1/2 teaspoon. I just know me. I had a recipe that I followed to a T that was I forgot his name. Tyler Florence's. I did 1/2 teaspoon. I think that's going to be it for me. Now, so we got 1 pound of turkey, scallions, oats, sea salt, black pepper. And I'm not measuring. I like pepper. Okay. I'm going to mix it. The recipe says chopped spinach. Oh, you could never see the food that whole time, could you? So now you see that I'm mixing it up. Chopped spinach is going to go in mine. So I'm going to make 2 patties without the spinach and then add the spinach in so that 2 patties have spinach in it. These are delicious. They come out moist, flavorful. And guess what I'm putting on top of mine? Well, you already know that I made tomato jam. I'm putting this recipe in the summertime. I made it, and I had just made my tomato jam, and I can't even tell you. I put cheddar cheese, tomato jam on a David's Killer hamburger bun, and I don't mean David, my husband. I mean David's Killer. I'll show you after I make patties and get gross fingers. I will show you. Give me a few minutes here. So, like I said, I'm going to make 2 burgers for Dave. Not David Killer, David the husband. 2 burgers. So I have a whole pound mixed up here. I think that looks pretty mixed. And I'm going to score it right down. Oh, when I see eggs, I just keep going. Okay. My pan is really hot. Maybe too hot. Let's see. I'm gonna pause you. Okay, so I did 2 patties that are in the frying pan, and now I'm adding chopped spinach into the other 2 patties. I won't eat 2. I'll eat 1 today and 1 tomorrow. We're having meatloaf for dinner, so this is kind of redundant, ground meat, but one's turkey, one's beef. So I try to do red meat once a week. Sometimes we do have bacon on top of the red meat meal. These burgers were tried and true. I love them. So that's why I'm endorsing her Brittany Williams burgers recipe. I didn't change it up. I didn't add to it. I didn't subtract from it. So his patties are already starting. I'm going to grossen up my hands and make 2 more patties. Try to turn you towards the stove for a minute. And I'll be right over. So So I'll bring you closer after I clean up my act, which will probably be never. What a joke I am. Okay, in my never stick. They're not perfect because I'm trying to do, oh my gosh, this other one is, I think I'm going to make 3 patties because I didn't realize I made that one so big. So I'll make little slider size for the other 2. The recipe actually should have made 4 burgers at 1/4 pound each, so that when you put it in your app, you can put in 4 ounces of turkey in this case. These are delicious. I know I've said that before. So I'm gonna pause you again. Now you're over here. Back to the turkey burgers. I flipped Dave's. They're right here. These are the 2 without spinach. And I haven't flipped mine yet because this is turkey, so I want it to cook really well. So again, it's a white meat with onions, scallions. Everything in it is delicious. It was from Instant Loss Cookbook, Brittany Williams, page 166. I'll read the recipe to you in case you're interested. 1 pound of ground turkey, 1 egg, a 1/2 cup of, I used organic old-fashioned oats. She has gluten-free old-fashioned. I don't know that there was gluten in oats. 1/2 cup of baby spinach chopped, 1/2 cup of green onions or chives. You could use chives. 1 tablespoon of minced onion, 1 teaspoon of sea salt, black pepper, 3 tablespoons of extra virgin olive oil, and then the burger fixings of your choice. She says, yep, in just 10 minutes, these lean burgers pack a stealthy dose of spinach. That's mine. I love spinach, as you know, because you've watched me make everything with spinach, and I'm looking at the wrong part. I'm going to flip mine. I bet mine's going to be, yep, they're ready to be flipped. You can feel the firmness as you flip them. The one thing Dave and I do agree on is neither one of us want any uncooked poultry. Ugh. This is David's Killer bread, 13 whole grams of whole grains, 6 grams of protein in my hamburger bun. Each bun is 150 calories. Yeah, there's 31 grams of carbs, 3 fiber, 6 grams of protein. But they're all good for you. Like if you read the ingredients, they're good for you. This is Dave's buns. This is my bun. So I do eat one on a bun, and I love this butter or these leaf lettuce. I just put those on our burger buns, and mine has, I left one little blob of my homemade tomato jam, and I'm going to put that on my bun. The one I made this morning, it's going to go on my burger. It really does make the burger. For some reason it goes perfectly with, I'm talking over there, I'm sorry. It goes perfectly with a turkey burger. I don't know why. So, I'll try to show you in the food. Turkey burgers. I'm going to put a lid on it to make sure that these cook. And would you eat that? Would you have a turkey burger with tomato jam, homemade tomato jam on a David's Killer bun? So high protein. I mean, when I put this in the app at like 4 ounces of 99% turkey, I want to say it's like 30 grams of protein just in that. There's 6 for the bun. I've had overnight oats for my breakfast today. I've had a protein shake in between. I've cooked like a fiend. We're having meatloaf for dinner and quinoa salad. So I don't even have any problem doing my protein goals today. 0. I'm going to get some cheese. Hang on. You guys have to be sick of me, my kitchen, my antics. Let me put another light on. Does that make it better? I have no idea. Lighting wise, I have no idea. Now, I have to put cheese on mine. This is the cheddar cheese that I brought home from Aldi's last week. Each 3 cubes is 1 ounce. So I'm putting 1 ounce of cheddar on each of my burgers, but I can't let them touch his burgers. And then I'm going to put the lid back on. These are going to be, I'm actually going to get 3 meals with the ones with the spinach, and he's going to have 2 burgers. He has to go to an appointment too, so we're both going to have healthy lunches before our appointments. Someone commented that you really go all out cooking for both of you. Yeah, I do. I think about it in the morning. Actually, I think about it on Sundays and say, what meals do I need to make this week? What do I need to do? What's our schedule? Do we have a lot of appointments? Do I need to put stuff in the crock pot? I take the meat out on Sunday that I'm going to be cooking a lot of times. Sometimes I just wake up and don't even know what we're going to have based on what kind of day we have. So that's why these freezer meals that I make myself are so important, because we're always stocked with something healthy. And yes, he has a heart condition, so I totally make his meals based on what he likes and what's good for him, because I want him around for a long, long time. When we met, he promised me 77 years. So we've only been 9 years. So he's 73. He read an article where the guy said, what's the secret to your happy marriage? And he said, yes, dear. Every day the man said, yes, dear. So his marriage was a good marriage because he always said, yes, dear. So our friend Sharon gave Dave a shirt that said, yes, dear. And the longer we're together, content, quietly living, the better off life is. So I want to make him eat healthy foods that he likes while I eat healthy foods that I like. So yeah, I do cook 2 meals. I don't mind. I love to cook, as you can tell. And I have you guys in the kitchen every day. For those of you that follow me, some of you probably say, does this girl ever do anything else? Yeah, we get to go to doctor appointments now. Whippity-dooey. Winter's coming, and we're just gearing up. Pellet stoves going, keeping the house warm, and trying to stay healthy. Exercising and eat right is part of it. Let's check our burgers. Can you see them? Probably not. So, we're done. I can tell. Let's try to put you in the food without knocking the whole camera over. That's wrong. That's wrong. We'll go this way. Holy moly, let me take you right out of the stand. There. So, they're almost melted for mine, but I could tell the turkey's done. I'm putting the lid back on, and I'm saying goodbye for today. So we're going to have turkey burgers for lunch. Hope you guys enjoyed this, and I hope you have a great day. We love you. Bye.